300th game as a coach in the Central Hockey League. How does it feel to hit this mark?
Wow, surprising for number one. Had no idea such a mark was coming, but it's been great to have all 300 of those games here, and everyone's a big one. So hopefully we'll make this 300th a big win.
As a coach, how do you feel you've grown through your time in the CHL?
Man, there's just so many ways. Just like a player, you're always striving to get better, and I think that is a natural part of the process for a young coach to continue to strive to be better. And I think we've been surrounded with a great support network here, from Simon Watson as an assistant coach to our support staff with Bill Murray, the athletic trainer, and Andrew Dvorak, the equipment manager. But obviously with a leader like Brent Thiessen upstairs, always there for guidance or an ear to lean on, those are big keys.
So the progression from player to coach, as the progression you made, is a very natural move. How do you think you perceive the game differently now as a coach versus when you were on the ice?
Man, it really changes quickly, and you think back to all the silly things you had in your head as a player. You get a totally different perspective, and again, over the years, those things seem to change even more. But you know what? Again, you still have that understanding of what the player's thinking and why they're approaching the game in a certain way, but also from the coaching side, why we're asking them to do maybe things a little bit differently than they've thought of.
Many people might not be aware of all the work that goes into being a coach before game day actually hits. Can you take us through your responsibilities and your preparation before a game day hits?
Yeah, it's a never-ending job, that's for sure, and obviously my wife and my kids would be the first to tell you that it's a very tough job. The phone never turns off, and the mind never turns off. You're always thinking about the next game and how to plan for that. But right from the time you finish one game, you're on to the next one and thinking about that opponent and the matchups and the systems and start to review the film for the next game on the team you're playing and preparing the guys for that. So even when the guys have their day off, you're in the office all day trying to find that advantage and also judging your own players and when do they need more rest and when do they need to work harder, all those sorts of things. So again, the mind can't turn off, the process never ends.
Now, Sebastian Tunnell is also very close to his own milestone. He is at 299, so one goal away from his 300th career CHL goal. How do players like Tunnell affect you as a coach or contribute to your experience as a coach?
Well, I'll tell you, we've got a lot of great ones in the locker room, but Sebastian Tunnell as the team captain and a former teammate of mine, way up there on the list on one of the best players to ever play in the Central Hockey League. So guys like that make your job easy. A guy like that is the leading scorer in the MVP in the league one year, and you're asking him to play defense for several games the very next season, and he doesn't bat an eye. He just goes out there and does the best he can, and when he does the best he can, that's always a very solid job on the ice for us. So guys like that go a long way to relieving stress and making the job a little bit easier and definitely very enjoyable.
Finally, Coach, what would you say is your credo or the words that you live by and try to instill in your players every day?
Just to be prepared, hard work and be prepared. It's a grind, and people can't really understand what a grind the season is. 66 games over about 23 weeks' time, and often playing 3 games in 3 nights, 4 games in 5 nights, maybe in 3 or 4 different cities with little sleep. And these guys have families too. They're home, and the kids are wanting dad to play, and the babies are crying, and the wives have their to-do list. So no one can really understand how hard it is, life as a minor league hockey player, and getting through the 66 games. And when the fans show up, they think that's the only event these guys have had to prepare for, and it might be their 3rd game in 3 days. So just keeping these guys in that hardworking environment and knowing that we're building towards a great run in the playoffs.